Assalamualaikum, everybody. Good. What time is it? Don't know what time is it. If you're here watching us with the Afiq and Amin podcast, this has been episode number 6, I think.
6.
Yeah, and so we've gone on multiple topics, ranging from life and business and everything. And today we're going to be talking about a particular topic that's close to our hearts: sales. How do you get more sales for your business? How do you get more sales in general? Now, here's the thing. Don't forget, every single day you are selling. If you're a parent, if you're a person, as long as you're talking to people, you are selling. Now, lots of people have this idea that, oh, selling is bad. Selling is bad. I don't want to do sales. I want to sell. I don't want to sell. Nobody likes feeling sold to, right? Right? Nobody likes being sold to. But don't forget, sales is all about problem solving. How do you solve that problem that person has? Now, step 1, of course, you find out what's the problem. Kau tanya orang tu, lu apa pasal? What's your problem, bro? What's your problem?
I can't hear anything. Wait. I can't hear anything.
Hey, apa ni? See, technical issue. So how
Technical glitch.
out there in tech, can you help us solve the problem? Can you sell us a solution? As I was telling you, since you were not listening, can't see. Sales is not bad. Sales is just finding a solution to a problem. But the first step is, of course, finding out that problem. Kau tanya orang tu, kau punya pasal, what's your pasal dengan lu ni,
Yes.
So, bro, what's your problem now? Come, tell us about sales and how you sustain sales in your business.
Yeah, I think for me is I think you need to go down to fundamentals, principles always, right? And for me, I think one principle that stick with me, right, that I want to share with everyone is this phrase by, I think, I would forget what his name is, something Roosevelt. Franklin Roosevelt, I think.
Theodore Franklin Roosevelt.
Theodore Franklin Roosevelt. He says this: nobody cares how much you know until they know how much you care.
Wow.
Ready. Okay. So in sales, it's actually very, 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 very paramount. I learned this I think a few years back when I first started, right? It sticks with me all the way till now. Because for us as people running businesses, for people trying to convince somebody, right? We tend to go into the mistake of talking about ourselves too much. Where we neglect to understand, where we neglect to understand what are the needs of our client. Have we even listened them enough? Or they say one sentence and we go blah 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 blah. No, right? Yeah. So sometimes we fall into that category where we find very hard selling or salesy, right? Then we are turn off.
You're pushing, buy my product, please, buy, bagus, good for you, buy, please, can.
Yeah, exactly. So you can see like people who are actually really, really seasoned salespeople and people who just get started. For people who just started, especially people in the insurance line, financial line, right? You can see like they will go out to you, hey, how long, hey bro, you need some time, haven't talked to you under the pretense of,
make it copy.
Yeah. Yeah, then end up like when you meet them, like you thought it's a genuine hangout and turns out, oh, insurance.
Atau MLM.
MLM, yeah.
Jual barang.
Exactly, right? So I think for people out there, right, there is no hard and fast rule to say that you can't use these tactics. You can, but be genuine because we are human beings. If you are really, really genuine about knowing that item or that product can really, really help your friend, your relative, your client, whatsoever, right? Then find out how it relates to them in their life, in their own context. Find out what's happening, right? Most of them, like if they're not marketers, they don't understand like what's happening the moment you wake up.
Yeah.
What's the first thing you do, second thing you do, third thing you do. So where does your problem trigger? Right? The moment you pour yourself coffee and you accidentally pour on yourself, maybe, right? Or when you're feeding your children and the children is like playing around, moving around, suddenly choke. Like that. Right? So try not to be very, very forceful when you sell, right? Try to be more relatable. Yeah, try to care about them, understand their problems. Listen, be a good listener first. Then you can see like even Jordan Belfort, right? They don't sell the pen to everybody. right? Sell me this pen, right? And all of that, right? So he doesn't sell it to everybody. If you need a pen, then the chances of him selling you that pen is very, very high. But if you don't need a pen, you don't need something, no matter how much you try to sell to that somebody, it's pointless.
Yeah. Agreed.
Right?
Totally agree. Totally agree. I mean, me
Mm.
when I advise my colleagues, when I advise my team about, and we're in personal finance. One of the toughest
Mm.
things to be able to sell is personal finance. It literally is intangible. You don't see it until something happens, right? And we are basically selling a promise. And in my time, over the past 11 years, my goodness, the number of people I've met who tried to sell me products, or sell me things, oh my God, cukup lah. You can't sell to a salesperson. But here's the thing, an example happened. One of the best ways was one of my friends, and this was, I think, only last year, came up to me, and he was from another insurance company. So I'm not in insurance, he's an insurance company. He came to me and he said, hey, I think time we meet up, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, okay, lah, good, lah, catch up. Lah. And he tell me, oh, now I'm working with this particular company. I'm doing insurance. And I'm like, first question is, did you forget who I am? Did you
Oh.
not do your research who I am? I can literally sell almost everything out there in terms of financial products. And you ask me, let's go out for coffee. He's like, okay, sure. I thought it was a friendly thing. I was like, oh, okay, number one. Okay, number two. Then he started talking to me and really, really understood my situation. And he came up with a proposal, which was fantastic because he managed to sell me a product that I could not access myself. So for those of you who know, I'm an IFA, I'm an independent financial advisor, which means I have access to about 80 to 90% of the financial products out there. He represented one particular company which I could not get access to, even though I had similar products. Then all he did was, okay, you have all of this, right? I show you mine. And legit, his particular product was better than anything I carry. And because of that, I respected him enough because he respected me enough to be objective and show me all the numbers, show me the correct comparison. So it became a logical decision. I'm like, yeah, your product is clearly better than whatever I have and am currently consuming. Therefore, let's make a deal. Oh, I tell you, that guy, class, man. Class. He managed to turn what could have potentially been a disastrous meeting. Research, right? Don't know who I am, right? Yeah, into something fantastic. But of course, after that, other than that, the only particular class of products he could sell me. After that, nothing else he could do with me. And so it's one example, right? One example. And it comes to selling, it's about finding that problem. And he knew that the problem that I had was this. All the products that we had, it was very hard to beat except on price. And so his one product that he had was just slightly cheaper than everything else that I could carry. And I said, okay, fine, I'll buy from you. See? Financial advisor, buy from another financial advisor. How now? So yeah.
Exactly. I think fundamentally we have to understand that if a person doesn't need a product, it doesn't need a product. I mean, if you can see a gap, being you as a consultant, right, can see that there's a legit gap, then it's fine, right? The worst is like me trying to sell you a toothbrush. You already have like 5 toothbrushes at the back of your hands, and you try to sell me another toothbrush. That's the worst, I think, because you are trying to not relate to somebody's life. Then people get turned off. And if he's your friend, the patient is a bit more tolerant, right? But if he's not your friend, he'll just like block you right then.
Ghost, game salam, never answer this person, taruh scam.
Yeah, exactly. Like even for me, like I have because being a young entrepreneur, right? I mean, we had our fair share of people our friends becoming financial advisors, insurance agents, right? And they are you know, quite into getting sales, right?
Yeah.
So they try to text you here and there, Messenger, Facebook, and all that, right? It's been some time, and the thing is, after you've seen 1, 2, and 3, right? You start to see a pattern, right? And it really turns you off to the moment where if the person straight away, hey, have you heard about this policy and all that, right? I get turned off. right? I think that happens to a lot of people. So I think in sales, right, no matter what product you want to sell, right, be genuine in your interaction with somebody. Be genuine.
Be genuine.
Yeah.
I absolutely agree with you. The authenticity, that genuine care, like
Mm.
really, really ask this person, your whoever, your prospect. We call them the prospect. Now you ask your prospect, really, is there a way for me to help you in any way? You know, come from me personally, I come from that angle. I come from the space where I want to help this person as much as possible. And because I have comprehensive services, I have comprehensive solutions to a
Mm.
person's personal finance. So many things. Like I use the 5 I's of Islamic finance: income, insurance, investments, independence, inheritance. Right. Over the weekend, I conducted 2 classes back to back, one on investing, one on Islamic inheritance, back to back. Shack, bro. And were there a lot of problems people face? Absolutely, a lot. In fact, could I have just said, now all these are the suite of products? Banyak. But at the end of the day, my job was simple. Understand them, understand their situation, understand the problems they face, the pain points that they have,
Exactly,
and then say, hey,
exactly.
I understand this. This is a solution that I have that I can offer you. Let
Mm.
me help you with this. And then it
Mm.
becomes a very natural process. Instead of trying,
Exactly.
kau mesti
Exactly.
beli, jangan kau tak beli kau
Yeah.
bodoh. Oh, wrong. It's the other way around. It becomes a very natural process. They're like, okay, these are your problems. These are your potential solutions. How now, brown cow? In fact, more often than not, I have people coming up to me, interrupting me and say, I think, okay lah, Afiq, you do for me, can? Sale close.
Exactly.
Right? No
Exactly.
selling involved, actually.
Yeah.
And
And I think all of us, I mean, being more, I'm not saying we are really good at sales. I mean, we are more experienced in sales, right? One important thing that the young people or the people who are younger in sales or trying to do sales should understand is to be okay with the answer no. It's okay,
remember we talked
right?
about rejection 2 sessions ago?
Yeah.
Sessions ago.
Yeah, 2 or 3 sessions ago, right? I think you have to be okay with that. Not after they say, no, I'm trying to convince you why you should actually need this and really force it down the throat. It turns people off.
Yeah.
Be okay. The thing is about human beings is to understand one important thing. Priorities in lives are different for one to another human being. What's important to you may not be important to them. At that moment, they don't see a need. But you can't force your vision, your beliefs on that person and expect that person to have the same understanding as you. Right? Yeah. So I mean, for me, I always believe in as a marketer, I always believe in the 5 stages of awareness. Right? So what's 5 stages of awareness? Unaware, problem aware. What's the next? Unaware, problem aware,
Problem aware,
uh,
solution aware,
mm, solution aware. So it's product aware first.
product
Product
aware.
aware. Solution aware. Sorry, solution aware, product aware. I can't remember lah. Solution aware, product aware first, then most aware. Yeah,
I
if
know
I'm not
there's
wrong,
there's
is
the 4 quadrants where
yeah,
problem
correct.
awareness and solution awareness, where one is
Mm.
aware of a problem, aware of a solution. That one is one of the worst places to be. Uh, problem aware but solution unaware. Can they know there's a
Yes.
problem, they don't know how to solve it. Or
Yeah,
worse,
solution aware.
worse,
I checked already. Solution
don't
aware
know
first. Yes.
problem, don't know solution. Problem unaware, solution unaware. Totally lost, don't know anything.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, like as a marketer, we use this a lot, right? And it happens in sales also. Because try to talk to someone. Let's say you have a shop in Pasar Malam, right? And people are just walking and say you need this for no goddamn good reason. There is no reason for them to stop. There's no reason for them to listen to you, right? You're just grabbing the attention, which is so, and but you're trying to spread awareness without getting the right attention, right? So if you make a shot in all, how this 36-year-old died with a heart attack on a how this 36-year-old with no prior medical conditions have a heart attack at the age of 36. You know, a shock and awe statement, which makes people think, people will just stop, wonder. That's when you come in and say, hey, are you facing this problem? Right? We don't know when we're gonna move on to the next world. Right? Are you prepared? Is your family prepared? Do you know the detriments of not being prepared? The detriments you put in your family in for not being prepared, right? So I mean, we have to go stage by stage. A lot of people are trying to, force a product even without even relating to a single problem, without even getting the right attention. They're trying to speak to everybody so nobody listens. That's what every marketer likes to say. Me as a marketer always says this. If you speak to everyone, nobody will listen. Right? So find your ideal market, know them really well to the point where you know what their daily life is like. right? So you know where your services or where your product fits in the cycle of that person's life or the person's daily life, right? Then it's something that they connect with and they relate. Then when you talk to them, they know that it sounds like me. And that's where you get their attention. It's like, oh, maybe I should consider this,
Yeah.
right? They have all the more reason to listen to you rather than say that, buy this toothbrush to save your ass.
What if my ass
No,
doesn't need saving? It needs brushing.
yeah, exactly, right? So, I mean, we have to be patient and really take the time to understand even problems, right? The different priority of problems. You have a headache, you take Panadol, right? Do you go to hospital? No, it's not that serious. But if your head is bursting, if a person gives you Panadol, you won't even be like, you just scream at that person, right? So, I mean, we have to understand consumer behavior. We have to, for people who are younger, right? The trick is to listen to the objections that you're getting. Because
Correct.
eventually the objections are gonna get lesser. You will circumvent certain things of how to say certain things, right? And you will start to understand and they will start to feel that, hey, you sort of get me. So like, if you are the nine, the you know the 9 out of 10 people who just use the tactic, hey, let's meet up. Let's have coffee.
Oh,
You're not
oh,
gonna
the
get very
worst
far.
one ever was the one I remember. This was years ago. It
Uh-huh.
was for one of these particular MLMs, and it was a couple who invited me, and they were like, "Hey, can you
Mhm.
come down? We got a presentation to show you." I'm like, "What's it about?" "Oh, no, no, don't worry, just come down. You see, just come down and see." I'm like, "Yeah, but let me know lah. At least I know what to prepare or anything." "No, no, it's okay. You just come and see." So we will show you when you're here. You show you when you're here. I'm like, "Why are you so damn secretive?"
Mm.
"No, just come and see, just come and see." So I'm like, okay lah, these two are good friends. I'll go down. I'll go down. I got brought into some auditorium, sat down, or quite a lot of people, quite a big. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Come see, sit down. I'm like, what the hell is this about, man? I sat down, bro. World Ventures.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. The blue flag, right?
You should be here.
Yeah, you should be. I still
My
remember those
God, their
days.
tactics. You know what I mean? Don't tell him anything. Just secret. You see, you see. Okay, we'll see. You keep it like, why so secretive? If you already know that that's the worst thing ever, right? And then you still need to be secretive about it.
Exactly. I mean, it makes you think, right? If the notion or something or the narrative or something is negative, it makes you think twice. Why is people having a negative notion of this product or that service? Why? There must be a certain reason, right?
Yeah, yeah. And the worst part was was being so secretive. And when so I decided, okay, let's give them a chance. Let's give them a chance. Okay. Okay, you show me everything, right? Okay, let's. And the worst thing is they invited a financial guy. This was when I was in banking. I was back in
Oh,
banking.
shit. Okay.
I spoke to one of the leaders, and the leaders so yeah, it's on good, it's on, you can earn financial freedom. I'm like, okay, show me your profit and loss statement. And they're like, no, 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 no need. All this not important, not important. You say start your own business, but you don't want to show me your profit and loss statement.
Yeah, exactly, right?
So no, but you should be here. So it will boom. So it will boom in the next 5, 6 years. Will boom. One will boom. Travel will boom. That was 10 years ago, man.
Yeah, it died basically, yeah.
So
Uh,
for everybody out there, understand that everybody is selling all the time. All the time. I have children. I have to sell them the idea of a shower. I have to sell them the idea of eating dinner. I have to sell them the idea of going to bed on time. Okay? There's two ways to sell, right? You either be nice, persuasive, show them everything, or as a father, you become scary and a discipline master and you punish. You don't sleep, I punish you. Selling, when you do it, when selling, when done right, they don't even know that they're being sold to, right?
yeah, I know, right?
They don't even know it. It's like, yes.
Exactly.
So for everybody out there, if you think that the word sales is bad, selling is bad, you cannot be further from the truth, because ultimately selling is really finding solutions to a problem somebody may have. If you have
Yes.
kids, you're selling every single day. If you have a husband or a wife, you are confirmed plus chop selling every day. Right? If you're leading a
Exactly.
team and you're giving them instructions and you're leading them, you are selling every single day. It's just a
Exactly.
matter of how much class you do it with. Don't worry, come, secret, it's okay, come see, come. It's okay, no, I will tell you when you're there, come see.
I mean, secret does work. If I'll tell you, I have a secret funnel that will increase your leads by 200%.
That, my friend, is a hook. You know the copywriter. So for those of you out there, right, who are thinking of selling and all, you can use hooks like this to attract attention. But of course, after you attract them, then you hook them in, you better have something quality at the back.
Exactly.
Tell the children, you look inside my pouch, I have a secret for you inside the pouch. I have
Intrigue.
Oh, daddy will be like, oh, daddy's got candy. Is it candy, daddy? Is it candy? Is it a treat? Oh, don't know. Then broccoli. Like,
It's still a surprise, just not a surprise that
run off. Yeah, absolutely. So you can use hooks in your day-to-day. So this one is a bit micro on the topic of sales and all, right? Like, for example, you can be classy, you can be sleazy when it comes to doing sales. For example,
snake oil salesman that they call them, right?
Snake oil salesman.
Yeah.
Like literally yesterday, I conducted a Islamic inheritance class. The hook that I use is simple. Did you know that wasiat does not invalidate a faraid distribution? You're like, huh, really? Wasiat and faraid tak langgar? Tak. You want to find out more? Attend the class. Pay class some more. It's a pay class. Pay some more. See how you want to pay. And the people happily paid because they got hooked in. They understood. I delivered great value.
Yeah.
I sell. Absolutely.
Exactly. I think another principle where it happens, right, is when the want becomes more than the need, then they will take action. It sounds very hard to understand, but I think if you delve into sales long enough or marketing long enough, you'll hear this. Because something is it a need or is it a want for you to get that car, for you to get that watch, for you to get that shirt, right? For you to get a particular brand of perfume, right? Is it a need or is it a want? Right? So most of the time is a want. But when the want exceeds the need, they buy. 50% offer. Oh, offer. I'm gonna save money. No, you spend that money. A lot of people forget about the principles of. I mean, I think there's this famous story about this department store CEO, right? Where he says, right, when they department stores, when they put at 20%, 30%, 40%, 50%, it's all a gimmick, right? They already have margins to play with, right? It's all a gimmick. It's to get you into the store to spend time and manipulate your thinking into thinking you've saved money instead of spending money. So when there's a bag that costs you $10,000 and it says 50% off, you've not saved $5,000, you spend $5,000.
Yes, absolutely.
See the different angles that people, I'm not saying people manipulate your mind, but I always say this to my team. The best way to sell anything, right, is to indulge in the 7 cardinal sins.
Yes.
Pride, envy, gluttony, right? People want to feel needed, to feel superior, to feel I'm better than everyone else. See, if you can indulge this, have this system, and you'll be better than 90% of the people doing sales out there. See, you want to be better than people. I mean, it's wrong to indulge, right? That's why it's called cardinal sins, right? That's why humans are in the hadith it even says, right, if a human to be given a mountain of gold, he will still find more gold until he eats dirt, meaning until he dies lah. It will still not be enough.
Yep.
And that's what everybody should understand, that being materialistic to an extent it's fine, but not to over exert and make it your whole entire objective.
Don't let it consume you.
Yes, because nothing's ever enough. First, you have no car, then you have a Honda. A Honda, you want to upgrade to a Tesla to a Ferrari, Bugatti, 2 Bugattis, 3 Bugattis, 5, a yacht, a plane, a what? A Phoenix.
Phoenix, then after that, 6 feet under.
6 feet under, yes. Right? Then you
about, wealth and all that. And I remember very clearly yesterday's seminar on Islamic wealth, Islamic inheritance. One of the lines I put is this: Islam does not discourage you from being wealthy. It rejects the love for wealth's sake. But when you're richer, when you got more money, you think you can do better? Of course, you can do good. Of course. Can you give more in charity? Of course. Can you give more zakat?
Look at the Sahaba of the Prophet itself, the companions of the Prophet.
Yes.
They
That's
are rich even till now.
ta-da. So best can. So everybody out there, if you and here's the thing, for a lot of the times I have been asked, like, how do I increase my income? How do I make more money? One of the best ways is really to learn how to sell. Because once you get into a sales position, whether you're an employee or whether you're in your own business, once you're in a sales position, it really means that your income is then determined by how much effort you put in.
Yeah,
Right?
how good you are.
How good you are at the end of the day. You put in all the effort to learn, to get better, to be able to sell better. I know some of the wealthiest people I know are salespeople. And in fact, if you read any of the biographies of the billionaires today, like for example, one of the most famous ones, he's orange, he's got blonde hair. He talks about sales all the time. China,
Exactly.
China. He talks about sales all the time. Wolf of Wall Street, all about sales.
Yep.
And of
Yep.
course,
Yep.
learning sales as a skill, it is simply another tool. A tool
Yep.
like a knife, right? Like a knife you can use to,
It's a craft. It's a craft.
right? It's a craft. It's just a
Yeah.
tool. It's how you use it. You can use it to hurt people, kill people. You can use it to save people also.
Oh, yeah. Then we get into the topic about politicians, right? How they convince. I'm not putting anything out there, but I'm saying politicians are one of the best salesperson in the world. They get you to vote for them, where it's not even in your best interest.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Yep.
that's the thing. That's the thing, right? At the end of the day, sales isn't a bad thing. Sales is just a way of helping people solve their problems with what you have. If you really cannot help somebody,
Be
fine.
genuine about it.
Find somebody else you can help.
Yes. Exactly. Moving on. Yeah. Exactly. You are entirely right. I mean, don't get stuck and say like, oh, I must close that person. I must close that person. No, there are 15 other or 50 other of such a demographic or such a person. Find others. Tweak. Get better at doing it. Be a good listener. Listen out for what they object. Right? Look at how you can improve. I always say like, if you are being rejected for a sale, the next one will get easier. If you take your time to study.
Yep. It takes time. It takes time. And that's the thing. We just have to find how we can do it, who we can help, and just keep going and keep going. I always say this, Allah is most fair. If
Yeah.
this one particular case is not yours, means it's not yours.
It's not your risk.
There'll be the next one that is for you. Cannot say
That's,
patah hati or give up,
oh,
sales sucks, never do again. I
yes,
go and hide under.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, we as Muslims, we need to understand that nothing that is happening or nothing that's going to happen is by our will, it's by His will. Nothing. Right? Yeah. So we always need to remember that everything has a reason, right? Doesn't mean that you are not getting that sale, you're being hated upon, or you're being discriminated upon, and not saying that you're doing very well, you're not being tested upon.
Mm,
Always look at things. If you get something or you lose something, does it make you closer to Him in the spirit of Ramadan? That's why I go into the hadith a bit.
And here's the thing. I remember reading this, seeing this quote a long time ago. This one stuck to me until today. If you're going through, so there's two that I can think of. One was by Winston Churchill. He says, if you're going through hell, keep going. You'll end eventually. Okay, so that's one. Put it out there. The next one that I heard is really, to me, one of the most powerful ones ever. And it is within Islam as well. It says, this too shall pass.
Yes,
everything shall pass, right? Everything shall pass. So, and here's the thing, it's neither good nor bad, but this stunning realization I had is this: it's not that, oh, it's tough lah, tiring lah, tak apa, the hard parts will pass, tough times come, but tough men, stay, right? It's not just the difficulty, because of course there is a verse in the Quran for verily for every difficulty comes ease. Yes, for every difficulty comes ease, but this too shall pass. And that's not just whatever tough things you're going through, but everything that you're enjoying as well.
Exactly. Even the pleasures of life.
You can be 20, you can be in the prime of your life, this too shall pass. You can be wealthy and rich and having everything you ever wanted. this too shall pass. You can be happy, contented, super, super, alhamdulillah, shukur, yes, so blessed to have everything I have today. This
It shall
too
pass.
shall pass. So, folks out there, just remember everything will pass. Enjoy what you can. Selling is not bad. Go and find somebody to help. I mean, any last words from you on the topic of this too shall pass?
I mean, the spirit of Ramadan, I mean, try to be more optimistic of things, right? You can try, you must try, you must put in the effort, right? And everything else, what will be,
Yeah.
right? Take it and just, in the Malay word, redha, anything that you do. Okay?
Yes. Yes, folks, this
Exactly,
too shall
exactly.
pass. Just
Mm.
like this podcast shall pass as well. So, folks,
Dramatic.
we've come to the end of another fantastic episode of Afiq and Amin, or Amin and Afiq, or A. This too shall pass. And remember, go out there, do your ibadah, love your fellow man. Think about it. Salam Ramadan, Ramadan Kareem to everybody. Happy.
Yes, Ramadan Kareem on Thursday.
Yes,
Woo!
yes, yes. May your Ramadan be fruitful, full of not iman, full of blessings.
Barakah.
Be a fantastic Ramadan for all of you.
Yes.
Afiq for Modern Muslim Finance, and that is Tuan Datuk Paduka Nakhoda General Admiral
General. Dan
Amin
Ramadan
Yusof, folks.
Kareem.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.